And therefore, when you are speaking to us, when young people are making suggestions of how they want us, especially those in positions of responsibility, to behave, when you talk to us to make sure that the resources of the country are managed sustainably so that we can pass a better country to you, we hear you, we understand you, and you are absolutely right. You are squarely right. You need to continue demanding a better country, better governance. You need to continue insisting on the need of public officials not to use their offices to steal resources that could be used or that are supposed to be used for purposes of delivery of public services, including education, health, roads, and the other things that we need to grow our economy. Comrades, power. Comrades, power. So when young people insist on a better country, I want to say on behalf of government, we hear you and we understand. And we not only understand you, we agree with you that we need to make our country better. We need to be firm and be seen to fight corruption and to take action whenever there are acts of corruption, and make sure that we set a good example, not only for you, but also for the generations to come. So we have a responsibility to you. And I want to assure you, those of us who have been fortunate to find a good country called Kenya, which you cannot compare with many countries, especially in this part of the world, peaceful country, with a good educated population, with a fairly working economy, a fairly stable democracy where elections are held every 5 years and there is a peaceful transfer of power. Not many countries in this part of the world have that kind of experience. So those of us who have found such a country, we cannot claim we are the ones who have created the kind of country we have today. That is the work of the generation before us. So our duty is to preserve what we found and even make it better so that we live a better country. So every day when we wake up, we are asking ourselves, what is it that we can do today to make Kenya better? How do we abstain from taking part in things that could destroy Kenya's stability, progress, and economic well-being? And therefore, that is our responsibility to you. But you also have a responsibility. Your responsibility, good people, great sons and daughters of Kenya, is to make sure that the hope that the older generation have put on you as a younger person, more energetic, more educated, more exposed, more innovative, you use that trust and privilege well, and conduct yourself like someone who is focused and someone who is conscious that the future of the nation and of the community depends on you. I therefore urge you to abstain from practices that could injure your education journey. I urge you to try and restrain yourself from making it impossible for you to be the kind of productive member of society we want you to become now and in the future. One of the challenges we are having today in colleges, universities, and even secondary schools is the issue of drugs, especially psychotropic substances, drugs, and the abuse of alcohol. I plead with you young people, even as we make merry and indulge, please know we need you in good health, strong enough to serve the country, so that as we struggle to create more opportunities, there will be people to take up those opportunities. Comrades, power. Comrades, power. I I urge you to focus on your studies. It's those of you who are still in college, it's just a short period of time. Very soon you'll be out of school, out of college. So just persevere, just be disciplined and focused. In a little while, you will have a little more freedom to do some of the things that you have postponed, and therefore that is your responsibility to us. The second and last responsibility you have to the country and to the community is the responsibility to protect the community and the country. And I dare say you have a greater stake in a stable Kenya than the older people have. You are the people with the greater interest and greater stake in a peaceful, stable, prosperous, economically inclusive Kenya than older people. This is the reason. I have said, naturally, the way God has ordered things, the younger person lives longer than the older person, isn't it? So you have a longer time on earth than some of the people who want to destroy Kenya, and they are already 70 years old. Right? They are already 70 years old. They have very few years left. And then you destroy Kenya and you cause civil war and leave a country like some of our neighboring countries where there is civil war, the entire state has collapsed, there is no law and order, and young people, instead of being in colleges and schools, are busy fighting in the bush and killing each other. And therefore, I want you to know that you young people, you must insist on how we run the country, the parameters and principles upon which we run the country. You must be more focused and more serious than the older people. Because as we have a shorter time on earth. The other thing is this: some of the people who want to destabilize Kenya have the means, if the country broke into pieces, to run away and have life elsewhere. Isn't it? They have a way of evacuating their children and families and leaving millions of Kenyans who cannot have that privilege. So because they have already had work, they have already had businesses, they have already made money, which young people are yet to make because they are still in college, and they have also, others have just finished college. You must insist, therefore, I urge you, I plead with you, you must insist that yes, we must question government, we must ask questions, we must demand accountability, we must demand that corrupt people action be taken, we must ask for law and order in a manner that does not injure the rights and liberties of people who are unarmed and people who are not violent. But as we do those things, as we ask questions, as we demand for answers, as we protest, as we demonstrate, as we picket, as we use all avenues to ask questions, especially to those in power and those in authority, we must not use that chance to burn down the country. Because if you burn the country, then there will be no country even to take care of everybody, including yourself.